I can't tell. I can't. I tried. Discovered not the hard way. Yeah. I was like, ooh. Oh.
Wow, there's me. That's fine. Okay, nobody's here yet. Nobody's here yet. Okay, wait, nobody's here. When I start, because it's so cool. And so he starts off like, he said the only requirement not to teach, to be a professor at Barefoot College is like you cannot have a degree. So like all these like really famous people around the world are like, I want to be part of this. And he's like, no, you can't. Like you're not qualified. And like you only get paid $100 a month and you have to sleep on the floor and all that stuff.
Ooh.
And I'm talking about a TED Talk. And then like it's just like all this really cool stuff. Like they have like the women of the town, the village made the building, and the building has won like all these sustainable development awards because they made it completely like waterproof. They don't waste like a drop of rainwater. They use the water. They made solar panels to cook all the food, and it's like the grandmas that made the solar panels. And they're like really precise and somehow like works. And like these grandmas have been asked to like travel and teach other villages how to make them. It's so cool. And he says this really great line. He's like, I know, like, what is a professional? I know an engineer. She's like 30 years old. She has 2 children and she's illiterate. What makes somebody a solar, professional, you know? It's like, I know somebody who's in that field, but she doesn't have any teeth. And like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so this idea that, and then he says this great line, and he's like, you are certified by the communities that you serve. That's it. That's it. Like you don't need formal education, like all those things. He's just like the best midwife I know, or like the best like doctor I know, like doesn't even know how to add, you know. But like what makes him less of a doctor because he still cares for people.
Right.
He still like takes care of people when they're sick. So you're certified by the communities you serve. I was just like, I love that, right?
That's awesome. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's so powerful. And he says stuff like, yeah, it's just like, it's so cool. And like, they have, hey, nobody's here.
Nobody's here. Where did you post it?
I gave it to Lara. The link? This link?
Yeah.
I gave it to Lara.
Okay, I will
Let me
join
send it to
just
you.
in case. Oh, yeah, it sounds good.
Okay.
Sorry for the review.
No, it's okay. We're just talking and I'm waiting for people. Why? Can I join myself again? Okay. I've read the rules. Got it. Join. Oh wait, Patrick's here. Wait, I don't want to end the call. Patrick's here. He made it. Okay.
I'm literally waving at you through a wall right now.
But yeah, it's awesome. Hey, Patrick's here. Okay. Hi. He has questions. Patrick, do you have any questions?
Yeah, what's this Isaac thing?
Hey.
Oh, it's just Patrick.
Aw, like.
No.
Okay.
But yeah, so in the school they have like this.
Who's here?
It's like completely democratic, so they elect the principal of the school, or no, she's the prime minister of Barefoot College and of the village, and they elect her. And the most recent one is like this 12-year-old girl, and they flew her. So this like his TED Talk and him like got really famous. So the Queen of Sweden like flew her out, the prime minister of the village of Barefoot College, to go to Sweden, and it was the first time she saw like Mars and like was on an airplane and all these things, but she was like completely unfazed. She was just like,
not opening
very nice, like
another
thank you.
country.
And the Queen of Sweden was like, wow, like where does this girl get her confidence
done
from?
all
She's
of
not
them.
fazed by anything. Oh,
Yeah.
And then they translated it to her. Like,
You have a consultancy space there.
and then the little
We
girl
have
tells the
Patrick doing that too?
Yeah,
like
he's on
the
there.
translator like,
What time is
"How
this
are
starting?
the
You just started. You can just go back.
And it's just like the same message of like you're certified. Like what makes the Queen of Sweden less of a person in power than her? And it's just they're just certified by the people they serve.
That's super cool.
Doesn't matter if like one has left of technology and
You
another
guys,
doesn't.
you guys like listen to your conversation.
Yeah. Put the content out.
Yes.
Right there.
Yeah.
I'll send it to you. Oh my god, it'll change. You should like watch it right now. I would watch it.
You listen to
Oh gosh,
Thu-Hong.
legislation.
Hi, oh.
No, he's not. Like, I was listening to music though.
For the
Hi, Sebastian.
General, like summer ops. Like you have general questions and thoughts and
This is
stuff
like,
on summer ops.
Oh, this is what it's gonna be like when we have team hair.
This is gonna happen when you're in the future?
Sustainability stuff. So I was talking to Niels about it.
Oh my god, this guy looks so...
Is post-sanction trends.
We look what?
Yeah. What is?
Sorry.
So we talked about at both the steering
Patrick is
wheel
looking beyond the door.
fall and then
Yeah.
December, and then also at WNC was people were like coming up with all these crazy
Yeah, that's what the crowd
conferences and like money into it, this, that, but nobody like has ever done done like a systematic like analysis of like what goes
Thank
wrong.
you, girl.
Like, saving so much money. And I told them that would be something I would give to the summer.
Okay.
If that is like feasible.
Don't?
That is feasible.
Also, Sammy's gonna be at a conference.
Ask me questions.
Did you know that?
Try to find resources to get through probably talking about.
I hope more people.
Yeah, I think it's feasible.
Bonus?
I'm here. Well,
The
technically my role in
regions.
right? Like, but I'm actually gonna be for like 2 to 4.
I posted it on your wall,
Not
so
playing, but,
it's
crowdfunding and chilling the fuck out.
So many people like this photo,
Well, at
Natalie.
least in New York, at least like quotes.
250 now.
Like if Isaac needs me at that point, like I'm fine coming into the office or whatever, like I'm getting paid. But if not, I'm just gonna be chilling. Right. You know.
Oh my god.
Maybe honestly, I don't really care. Like staying in New York would be cool. Going to DC would be cool. Going to Singapore would be cool. Like I don't really care. Like it's more about who I'm working with and what I'm doing that matters to me more.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna mute myself.
Oh, here's Nassim. Okay. Woohoo! Hi, Nassim.
Hi, how are you?
Hello? Oh. Is your speaker on, Nassim? I can't really hear you. Nassim, you're like, oh, wait.
Can you hear me?
Oh, that's why. Hello? Hi! I can't hear you guys. Are you guys muted or? Oh, okay, cool. Here, wait. Give me 1 second. How are you guys doing? You guys have like a lot of the M's, so like we are outnumbering you guys right now, in terms of LC and MC people in this chat room. Oh wait. Manvi, are you speaking or are you muted? Okay, you're muted. Cool. Okay. Hey Nassim. So do you have? Welcome to the consulting space. Were you here last time?
No.
Okay, cool. That's okay. So the way it works is just we're here to just answer any general questions that you have about running summer operations. So last time it was a very open space and it varied from yeah, like it was a really open space. It varied from people who started operations already and had some questions running a virtual team to some people who have yet to set one up and what does it take to set it up. So we're here for you and here for whatever questions you may have. But that may be a good place to start if you don't know, like, okay, where do I need the most effort? Just like it would be a good place to start would be where are you thinking about, like, where are you currently now in summer operations, like setting it up, planning it, what are the challenges that you're facing, and then if you can think of some questions for us, because this is just like an open space for you guys. Madhvi, is everything okay? Okay, cool.
Sure. So right now we're still, like, our quarter's still going, so we're still in our spring quarter. We're like planning summer ops now, and like we're forming our teams, like asking people who's interested in joining, and like will they be in Davis or will they be virtual the whole time, and like we also like decide to split up our like summer ops into two different parts based off like the summer schools that we have, because we have 2 different sessions. So we decide like maybe people can attend like only half of it, so and stuff like maybe like not having them like join in the whole time, but they can only participate half like summer. That's still fine. But like, and we decide to like form 3 teams. So we have the OGX team that's going to be like working on EP management and also like marketing, like, and trying to get new EPs, like especially seniors who are going to be graduating in fall. And also like ICX team where we be like trying to raise new TNs. And then there's a planning team that's going to be planning for socials, for member recruitment, for EPR or like EP recruitment, and like overall planning for the quarter, and like hopefully like starting planning for as well.
Cool.
And like,
oh wait, sorry. And then your third team?
Yeah, so like the planning team's the third team, and like I won't be here for the first half of the summer, so Anna's gonna be my proxy. But like I don't really know how to manage things virtually.
Set things up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, cool. So awesome. Sounds like you're doing a lot. The fact that there's 3 teams is kind of a lot already. How many people exactly are on each team, or like how much are you working?
We'll have like right now for sure. I know there are like 3 people working on ICX. Like people are still signing up, so they have like till the end of the week to tell us how many people. But we're expecting like 3 to 5 people in each team.
Wow. Okay, that's a lot. Cool. So, cool. So something that you should know and foresee already is that like managing a virtual team is definitely like it's really challenging. And I can just speak from my experience. Like I started off a virtual team with 10 people and ended up with 2 at the end of the summer. So a lot of I think what would be a good activity to go through with you and Anna, if she's your proxy, is to already start thinking about what are the challenges that we'll face with managing a virtual team and how can we mitigate and reduce that, and already start thinking about it now, because it's one of those things where like you'll like if you already have a picture of it, like you won't go into it with this idea of like it's all gonna run smoothly, and then when it doesn't, not knowing what to do. I think the most important things to do is like when you're setting it up is like, I'm glad you already having like the interest form, you already know your structures and the JDs that you want. Setting expectations with your virtual team, the people who will be participating, like, and doing some sort of kickoff while everyone is physically present, I think is really necessary. Making sure everyone knows, like, hey, if you're applying and you get it, and we put you in a job description, it's mandatory that you come to this kind of like kickoff day, and that because something I think that's quite like often overlooked with a summer team, because sometimes we see it as like oh, these people are super dedicated and they're just going to do extra work in ISIC for us. It is that, but it's also like making sure that it's also still an experience for people, and that it's like just like any team, you need to have the team forming and have a team plan and clear job descriptions and like having like team bonding and do all those things as much as you can physically, like the expectation setting of like we're gonna speak twice a week at this time, being on our virtual calls. checking in with people like with throughout their experience to see like how are they developing, what are they learning, making it clear like we're going to work on this tracking document, so everybody needs to keep this updated, and that's the expectation that we set, you know. And so like setting those expectations in the beginning is really important. And if you can do it in some sort of like, I don't know, like you have a month left of school, so you could space it out over certain like over like a week or two of like getting those touch points with your summer team to plan together, to bond together, to set expectations and clear communication guidelines and channels. And then throughout the experience, doing as much as you can to add value to these people's experience, because it's still a TMP experience. It's still something where like the thing with virtual teams is it's really easy to check out, because if you don't show up to the meeting, like you don't have to, you could physically, or like you're not physically there, so you could essentially like never show up and nobody would know about like where you went until the school year started again, which happens a lot, and which is why I said like think about what challenges you may face. So as much as you can in all those virtual meetings and touch points, add value. So maybe you want to map out like, okay, this is the summer operations plan we have. Here's our goals, the tasks we want to do, but maybe we want to sporadically spread out, like, how are some fun ways we can do check-ins and update and track each other, doing things like sharing experiences and sharing like how much you've grown, doing fun stuff. Like Nick Coram was on our call last week and he was like, we could take shots together virtually, like, like whatever you want to do, and like, or like share, like instead of like regular updates, like everybody share a picture of their like week that describes how their summer is going, like, like stuff like this that keeps it fun and engaging and adds value to people's experience. Because those are the type of challenges that you'll face, is like keeping people engaged, because it's even harder than keeping people engaged physically. Yeah, Niels, Patrick, do you have anything you want to add there? Or Nassim, do you have anything you'd like us to elaborate? Hello. Nassim, what do you think about that in terms of like your capacity and what could realistically be set up for your summer operations people?
Yeah, I feel like we should definitely like have a meeting with everyone before our quarter ends, and like, cause the thing is like we're gonna have like a combination of people who will be in Davis and people who would probably be virtual, or like people who would be half virtual and half here. So just trying to make sure everyone's on the same level in terms of involvement and also like the whole team experience thing. So I feel like that's going to be a challenge, because people who will be here would have a different experience than people who would be purely virtual. Just like trying to make sure that they all, no matter if they're physically here or not, like they all get the same experience, and like realize the value of that experience as well.
And you can make it fun, like they can like Skype in the virtual people. Things like that we're doing during transition is like we're making a lot of videos for the international delegates who won't be here. If you're having a hard time like selling it to people, like why they should participate in summer operations. Oh, hello, can you hear me? Okay. If you're having a hard time like selling it to people and convincing LC members like why they should join summer ops, I think this is why it's really important to showcase that like this is the future. Like your proxy, like Anna and the people who are on the team, like learning how to run and be part of a virtual team is something that maybe a future employer doesn't know how to do, that you can teach them, and let alone like lead it in a future like role. And like, so like managing a virtual team is probably going to come up in your future anyway, if you're going to be like, if you want to work in the realm of like international or like like, and it's going to happen. And so that's how you can sell it to members and say like, this is like a really valuable experience for you guys, like, and like why, like to get them to see like, okay, this is actually going to help me. Also like thinking about like you can make it more fun. Like I know like Isaac Madison does a really good job of selling or like getting people to join their summer ops team, because they sell it as like this like, wow, like you love Isaac and you want to work a lot in Isaac, and now you get to work for Isaac, but there's no school in the way, and they do like picnics and like meetings over beer, you know, and they take pictures of the summer team and how much fun they're having, and they like show it off to the LC. So like the summer team is like kind of like the fun team that like gets they get a lot of results, and by making it like a chiller version. I mean, they still drive a lot of results, but they make it less formal, and so they sell it that way too.
Yeah. We're thinking about like having a lot of bonding stuff and like socials for people who are staying in like Holby and Davis, and like also if they're not going to be in Davis but still in California, like maybe we can meet up somewhere and like all hang out. So we're going to try to make it as fun as we can. One thing I'm like trying to I'm not sure how to deal with though is like, because for the first part like Anna would be my proxy, and I don't know like how much like should I be involved with that, like because the way I see it, she's probably going to be my successor next year, so I kind of want her to like gain that experience of like leading the LC. Like I don't know how much control should I have.
So I think you should be part of the initial planning so that you have an idea of like what are the results people expect to come out of it, so that you can hold Anna accountable. And I think I would recommend, because like it's really I'm just speaking from like somebody whose summer ops team like disintegrated throughout the summer. I would say like I think that you should be involved like one-on-ones with her and participating in their team meetings. Like I think like a once a month check-in is totally appropriate. Like it's enough that you get to see what's happening and hold people accountable and support before anything bad happens, and like if you're on track for your plans and the results you want to see, but it's not like too overbearing where she feels like you're still LCP. I don't know if anyone else has another opinion on that, but no. Oh, Niels, you're muted.
Yeah, I mean, just simple expectation setting is like what is needed over here. You just like set the ground rules, say, okay, this is what I was planning on doing, this is what I expect of you, this is what she expects of the role. Okay, is this expectation out of whack? And like, yeah, maybe it is. So let's like reset this one, and yeah, maybe overthinking it, because I know a lot of times when leaders look at, oh my God, I'm gonna like not be here and let go of my area of control. Like it's very like scary because you're just like, oh my God, someone's gonna fuck it up, and then I have to come back and deal with this shit. But then in the end, like, Isaac is still going to remain regardless of whether you're there or not. Like, you just need to be able to, like, give these people a chance to like, yeah, figure things out. And just, like, trust your people a lot more, because actually that might just end up going a longer way than you actually think. So set the right expectation, have some trust, and let go when you have to.
Maybe ask Anna. Ask her what she wants. Ask her, like, expectation. Like, ask her, like, hey, I want you to take this and run with it, and I trust you, so I don't want to be, like, on your back all the time. Like, what do you expect me, how involved do you expect me to be? And, yeah, like Neil said, like, maybe she may not even think it's a big thing, and you know, so it might just be like you being able to like let go of it. I'm sure it's like as any like proxy position or anything, she'll probably want you to hold on more, but just like encourage her that like she can handle it and give her that space.
Yeah, so I feel like she can definitely do it. Yeah, I'll just like talk to her and see like what kind of support she needs from me.
I think walking her, or like being there for the expectations and the planning side may help, like at least so that you know what's supposed to happen with them, or if you're not there for it, at least having her present it to you or give it to you or something. And then I don't know if you're gonna do any sort of like transitioning for her as your proxy, but I think like at least like a meeting or two to talk about like I said earlier, like, okay, what are the challenges that you foresee happening, like, and then setting expectations of like how do you want me to support you throughout the summer, because those may not be things that she's thinking about when you think about running a team.
Yeah.
that you can like help her facilitate and have her think of it on her own. Yeah. Do you have any like I don't know, like other concerns, Nassim, about like setting up a team, things that you should I don't know. Yeah, other worries that you have?
I feel like we'll just getting everyone to actually like work over summer and like take it seriously, but at the same time, like sure, like we are gonna have fun, but like we are trying to get work done. So having them like I guess understand the expectations. So I mean, having a meeting now rather than like wait till summer would probably like make things way easier. So at least whoever is like signing up, they know what they're signing up for and like what to expect. But I feel like now, especially in the coming like last few weeks, my LC has become more like my members have like understood how much they've been lacking and like they are like putting more effort and like they're actually enjoying being like community more. So I feel like people who are going to be staying like or doing summer jobs like they really want to like do it and like they really do want to help out. So.
Yeah.
And I feel like
So
cause
then,
especially sorry.
no, go
Because
ahead.
like
Go ahead.
like they really enjoy like being involved in planning, so like they're really excited about that.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, use that momentum to drive a lot of results because this is a great opportunity. You're getting the people who are probably the most dedicated in LC, and so like using their like excitement and like the fact that they want to help out and do extra work and how can you accelerate that and not kind of like. I think sometimes we mistake like we see that the really motivated and excited people don't need to be managed, but it's not that, but a lot of times they're still looking for that. I think you can still give them a lot of autonomy and responsibility and trust them with that, but it doesn't mean you don't take care of their experience and, plan with them, set expectations with them, hold them accountable. Don't be afraid to say, like, where are these results, like, according to plan, are we on track? I think this is, like, a great time. Like, usually the people who are really motivated don't mind that kind of stuff.
Yeah, like we realized like our LC really likes getting clear instructions, like do this by this date. They're like, oh, cool, like that, because they're working on like an assignment system, like giving them assignments to do, and like they're all like all over that, which is weird because like we didn't really expect giving them stuff like work to do like that would actually sit well with them, but like they're all really enjoying it, and they're like, oh, you should give us more tasks to do. I'm like, okay, but. So like it's like
do
just
it.
making sure like everything's clear and direct with them.
And it helps if you feel like they're constantly waiting for tasks, if you ever run into that problem of like, okay, they love tasks, that's great, they want more work, but if you ever feel like people aren't being proactive enough, I think that's when it's really good for them to be part of the plan creation. And so then they can start taking that, they know the direction they're supposed to be going, they've talked about it all, everyone's on the same page, and they can start taking like proactive measures because they know what to anticipate. And like their work isn't just limited to waiting every week to hear what my task is. But yeah, if you have time to think about like summer operations planning with that team, getting them onboarded and defining like everybody's contributions to the plan.
Yeah. Yeah, because just like making sure that's like driven with them, because my LC, like the majority of the people are like, they're not very proactive when it comes to thinking and like doing stuff. They like wait for us to tell them what to do, but we're like, well, we'd rather like you help with the decision making. You're like actually doing stuff. Like if you have to wait around for us to tell you something, like you're not gaining as much from your experience. But especially like having them involved with planning would really help them see just how much they can actually get out of it and like how their contribution helps them as well.
Cool. Yay, that's awesome. So, the people that you said, the 7 or 6 that no wait, you said 3 to 5 per team?
Yeah, because right now, like I know there's 3 people who will be doing ICX, like one person so far has said that they'll be doing OGX, and like 3 people are doing planning. But like we still have the rest of the people. Like they still have by the end of the week to actually tell us. Well, actually, they have by the end of next week to tell us if they're doing. So we're expecting more people to sign up because they have expressed like interest. They just haven't filled out the form yet.
Mhm. Yeah, if that's really cool. That's a lot of people. So if anything, like start like I would say like start targeting people you already see as like this is a great opportunity to target people that you see running for VP, and this sell it to them as this like experience of like, hey, you're interested in VP, like you should really do summer operations. This is a great chance to showcase that you can drive results and do things, and this will only set you up because by the time fall comes, VP elections happen like that, and there's not that much time to prove that that you should be elected for that role. So summer is this great window to start like building your own like experiences and being able to showcase that you can drive things. So this is a good chance to like talk to anybody who's looking at future leadership roles.
Yeah. Yeah, I know like a couple of people like have started thinking about it, and they're like told them that they should definitely like run for like a TL position over summer, so they can like gain those skills. But we should definitely target more people. I guess like I'll send out like a reminder about that.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently,
maybe like contacting people one-on-one, asking your VPs to identify like who are the people they see as pipeline, and who are the people like for sure you want to make sure these people participate in the summer, and see how much they can get done. Yeah.
It's really funny though because apparently some of our members like didn't realize that there would be like VP and like LCP elections, so they thought that I'd be LCP until like I graduated or like I decided to quit. So they're just like, oh yeah, wait, you're not gonna be LCP next? No, my term ends in like year. So they're like genuinely shocked about that. So I have to like make sure like remind everyone like how this whole process works.
Mm.
Like, what are some things that like not thinking about with summer ops? Because like we've never run summer ops. Like I don't really know what I don't know about like running the team.
Mm-hmm. Does anyone else have other thoughts? I feel like I'm the only one talking. I've been like.
It's okay. You do you too, Hong.
Patrick's being honest. Naseem, I think with summer ops, we mentioned a couple of things the last time we spoke, but like you said, like your team's already starting to try to figure out like the fact that you won't be there next year. A lot of LCPs in this conversation are looking at what do I do now to start setting up my foundation for the next year. The best thing you can do is identify key pipeline for 2016 and empower them to take up roles right now. Besides just looking at the fact that operations needs to happen, your trainees need to be taken care of, your EPs need to be taken care of, but like who is doing that will play a big role in the future of your organization as well. So if you can sit down by yourself and identify, okay, who are like the top 5, top 6 people that you see on the EB next year, and can you get them to start taking more initiative or just like giving them more space and the freedom to like do things now, and ensure that they are going to SNC, then that would be helpful. That's just like one thing that generally you might like forget or like besides that, the other thing to keep in mind is just like, I mean, I would recommend doing this only in the case where you know that the first, like your focus program is being taken care of in the summer, is to look at then for the fall, what are like areas of growth that you see, and what projects is it that you need to start putting into place now during the summer to see the results of that in the fall. Generally, this is not the best time for university relations because no one is in university, but it is a good time to probably look at doing any sort of external market research that you need to do for the fall semester. You're trying to figure out whether you can do a winter peak. Yes, you won't have students on campus, but you'll still have access to students, which will be interesting to try to figure out, okay, what time do I have like with them in the winter peak? Where do they want to go? What can I start setting up now, and how can I sell it to them as soon as they come into college, into university in August, September, so that it's on their radar versus like now it's like it's almost getting over and we're still selling it to them. So how can I have like that how can I plan that out better? And at the same time, if like IGIP is the thing that you're looking for, then what information do you need to get from companies in the area that will help you get a better understanding of what their needs and their requirements are, so you can cater and so you can align your sales pitch based on what they want or what they want to hear, and just things like that. So I think these are smaller things that you can take up, but that's again, if you know that your EPs are being taken care of, who are on exchange right now, and like if your trainees that are here are being taken care of, like I'd recommend, I'd put that first as priority, and then the second one would be like looking at what are the other things that you could do.
Naseem, so I just Googled running virtual teams and found a lot of great resources. So I think another thing you can think about if you don't know what to anticipate, there's so many online resources of people who have done this professionally and already know the challenges that you face in them and have great tips and things like that. So yeah, I agree. Maybe has Davis ever tried to run virtual education? For summer operations? Is there is there Nick or someone around who could tell you from experience, hey, last time I did summer ops, this happened, and that you could learn from?
We didn't really do it officially. Last year, we just worked on trying to find AP, or interns for one of a new training that we set up. But other than that, I don't think as a whole the LC did much. It was just us working towards the very end, doing AD stuff. But
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So I was in your position too then, that I was the first one to do virtual operations and summer ops, and I only had your team sounds much bigger. I only had a maintenance team, so just OGX quality cases, and then I think we had one person doing ICX sales actively. So we weren't really trying to drive too much. We were just trying to maintain stuff. So yeah, I think the biggest things are the ones we've already mentioned, the challenges that you might face of just setting the expectation with everyone while we're all together as much as you can to prevent a lot of disengagement later. And then I would turn to other resources online. There's also great books and things you can see about how to run a virtual team, and so that's a good place to learn too. But yeah, I think my summer ops team, the only reason why I have all these tips is because mine wasn't successful. It ended up being much smaller by the end of the summer. So yeah, I would say as much as you can, try to foresee challenges and have an action plan for when those happen. Oh, we got people and then we lost some people.
Yeah, I'll definitely work on it. Especially I'll try work stuff this weekend, figure things out to have more time. But I'm really excited to see how it work, how would summer go.
Yeah, that's super cool. That is exciting. Have you guys talked? Well, I guess you don't have the team yet, so you don't know. But a goal or what you want to achieve in the summer?
Not really. We haven't thought about it that.
Okay.
How we would just try to set up.
Yeah.
I think it's not plan for it.
Yeah.
But
I think that's gonna be some for sure. In planning, making sure that's defined. So and that's how you start to form a team that's trying to work towards a common goal and understanding. But yeah, make sure to set that, because that makes it easier to track too, and that makes it easier to see Here, do you want to dance some more?
Later.
Okay.
I gotta pay.
um, so yeah, that helps you hold people accountable too, and see like if you're actually being successful or not. Setting a goal and making sure everybody knows their contribution
Mm-hmm.
and what's expected of them. Yeah. Cool. Hi, Manvi. Do you have any questions too? You came in and out. Is everything okay?
Okay. Yeah, nobody else could like come to meetings today, so they were like, go take notes. So I'm in all the rooms taking notes.
Oh, cool. But you were here last time too.
Of course. Hannah had to leave, so.
Okay. Yeah, it's just open-ended like last time for you to ask questions.
Of course. Actually, I do have a question. Like, what do you do when people, specifically like EPs or whatever, like don't show up for meetings? Like, you know, like Hannah had like 3 meetings yesterday, and like none of her people showed up for like EPs. Like none of her EPs showed up. So like, what do you do to like be like, hey, you need to come to things so we can send you to the place?
Meeting like interviews? They didn't show up for their interviews?
Yeah. Is that like an automatic rejection?
Oh no, they really okay.
What do you think?
I mean, I think if you're not showing up, then like you clearly don't care about this, and you're probably not going to be a good EP.
So yeah, that's what you should tell her.
Yeah, I think you pretty much answered your own question.
Yeah.
Oh,
Man, that sucks.
That sucks. So you had 3 applicants already and set up the interviews, and oh gosh.
Hannah waited for 6 hours in the library of our like school yesterday, and she doesn't even live on campus, so it was like really sad.
Jeez. Maybe like wait, so these were in-person interviews? Oh gosh. If you want to just like, I mean, virtual interviews also work too, so that you don't have to waste so much time if people don't show up.
Yeah, no, that's what I told her. I was like, you should just like tell them that like to charge the money or something for like wasting your time or whatever. But yeah, no, it's just kind of
service fee.
Exactly. Yeah, we don't have that many EPs as is, so like these kinds of blows are pretty devastating.
Yeah, I'm sure. Oh gosh. Yeah, I mean, if you guys are still, like promotion, I'm sure is still in full swing. So make sure when you're promoting from now on, just making sure like people know like we're contacting you within 2 days to set up your interview. So like you applying means like you need to work fast with us, and like yeah, like it's like we want you to go abroad very quickly. So set the expectation that like they have to be responsive on their end too.
Will do.
Yeah.
It'll be a much more like bolded, serious thing in the email this time when we send it to them, so that way they're like, no, we're not.
Hey, you have like their phone numbers and stuff too, right? Did you try like?
Yeah, she texted and called them, and like I think she got some text back today being like, oh, I'm sorry, blah blah bullshit reason, but yeah, I'll let her know.
Mhm. Yeah, probably not the best thing to spend too much time on, and just worry about promoting it and setting the right expectations in the beginning so you get some good EPs.
Agreed.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, does anybody have, I don't know, like we can also share like if anybody doesn't have any questions, we can just like, I don't know, anybody want to share like any insights from our experiences, Niels, Patrick, Sebastian, or like things that you've seen virtual teams do that were really cool, or like bad case practices too that we could all learn from. I don't know, any tidbits of wisdom we can give to these people. If you guys don't have any more questions.
I mean, when it comes to summer ops, in my mind, it's like a normal team experience. So everything that you should be doing in a normal team experience, planning, expectation setting, having a good like team mentality and team culture building, all that kind of stuff, like you have to do still. I think that the major difference that I've seen in the past is like you have to be very, very hyper aware of like what your team members' expectations are and like how much time they can give in, like what they're wanting out of the role and all that kind of stuff, which is it can be a bit different compared to like normal LC time. Like over the summer, almost everybody has jobs. Like compared to normal, like their job might be taking more of their time compared to their schoolwork, and like so scheduling meetings might be really, really hard or something like that. It's just you have to be pretty forward planning when it comes to a lot of that kind of stuff. But otherwise, honestly, like if you're running really good LC operations, you should pretty much duplicate that for the summer and like try to enable like the local members to do it more and more. Yeah, everything Thu-Hong has said in terms of like setting up your pipeline and all that kind of stuff, that's the good case practices that I've seen. Like at UGA, like for years, like people who were there during the summer, that's the kind of people who were like front runners for VP positions. So it helped out a lot.
I think that okay, the summer operations teams is a team, and they have to have like planning and all those kind of things. But you have to consider, you have to think about that. We don't have like 1 year to do planning. We just have to do the things that we have to do. And what are the things that we have to do? We have to deliver the experience. We have to match the opportunities that are open, match the APs that are still like, So basically, for me, my perspective is that you don't have to plan like, oh my God, this day I'm going to do this. It's like define the key activities that you have to do. 1, 2, 3, 4. Divide those activities in your members and assign a goal. So everybody will have like something to fight for. And for me, I guess that was the most powerful experience when I was in my LC. We don't have summer, because for us summer is all the days. We have summer all the time. Yeah, that is Colombia. But for me, that was the most powerful stuff. Like we know, I'm Sebastian. I knew that my goal was 5 EPs, 5 realization of EPs before July, period. Right? How I can make it is my business. Yeah, but that is my goal, and I'm gonna fight for that. And in total, we have like, I don't remember. I was like 60 realizations in total with all my team, and we figured out how to make it happen, right? And that is the power of summer operations, because you don't have like enough time to sit everybody and say, hey, how are you doing? How is this week for you? No, you have to start running, and hopefully we are going to get it, and that is the purpose. You have the goal from the beginning. You set the goal from the beginning. You set the expectations. As let's make it happen. Let's get this done. So yeah, that is my advice. That is from my experience, right?
That's cool. Yeah, Sebastian, how was your LC's summer operations, or the LC that you're talking about? Like, how successful was it in terms of what results were they able to get in the summer?
Yeah, so basically our focus, and that is something important. We stopped focusing on OGX because all of our OGX realizations have happened. So we don't have like pipeline for the next for summer. We have IGCDP. Right, and you know that for IGCDP you have to figure out house, you have to figure out food, logistics, project, the first day of the trainee, all those kind of things. So we basically, the thing that my VP IGCDP in that moment did, she created how's it that, like oh my God, a timeline with all the important activities, right? And you are going to be responsible for this trainee that is coming this day. This team of 5 is going to be in charge of these 5 trainees. So you are going to figure out when you have to pick it in the airport, where is the apartment, or where is the hosting stuff. So it was like that. It was like clear tasks. I have my 5 tasks, and I was just like, I done. This is my 5 trainees. I'm done. Right? So it was like that. It was so clear. I didn't have like I guess I had like 2 meetings in all the summer. So in Colombia, summer is like 2 months, so almost 1 meeting per month. But I keep working. I keep working. I didn't wait for anything because everything was clear from the beginning, since the beginning. So I didn't have like, oh, I have to wait to ask something. No, no, no. Just keep going. If I had to ask something, I just pick up the phone and say, hey, I have a problem. Oh, hey, something is happening. Yeah. So it was like that. I don't know if, yeah, that was so important for me. So I feel ownership, and I guess that is the most important thing, right? And at the end, I guess this is something that I want to share is, like, at the end, it's not the number, it's the person, it's the experience of the trainee. I knew that if I didn't pick someone at 11 p.m. from the airport, that person will be lost in Bogota, that is my city, right? So I feel ownership for the experience of that person, ownership for the goals of my team, ownership for my LC, because yeah, I love my LC. We are so proud of being from my LC, right? And ownership for the experience that we were delivering in that moment. So it's more like that. Like how we can move that feeling of ownership that this is because I want to change the world, right? And yeah, that was it was yeah seriously, it was just two meetings in total, and I don't remember it was physical meetings or it was virtual meetings. But it was what it is, what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that's like really great to hear just how like that sense of ownership can actually help like drive all that activity. And that's like something I'll try to make sure that my LC, like not even just for summer, but like overall understands. Because sometimes I feel like they forget that like everything that we do like does have a direct impact on someone's life.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I want to ask you, how many EPs do you have in pipeline?
Let me. Right now we have. Wait, let me try to bring up the overview. I think we have like 5 or 6 that were like raised, and I think 3 got matched, but like they still haven't paid the match fee. And that's like what we're struggling with. People like who've been accepted to get paid the raise fee, and people who've been matched to pay the match fee. But like all the matches are slowly coming in. So
Yeah, I was asking that because you told us that you have like 5 people on OGX. Correct me if I'm wrong.
no, I think that's right.
Yeah, so you have like, let's say 10 EPs and 5 people running OGX operations, so you have like two people for one member, right? So you
Mhm.
can just assign like that, like, hey, you're responsible for that. Let's deliver that experience for those guys. Hey, if you have to call them, hey, how are you? You haven't paid. Yeah, what do you need to pay? Hey, how we can support you? So it's more like that. This culture of like help the EPs, and also like ownership for that. It's like your little brother. Like you are not going to that your little sister, in my case, just started hanging up with one rude guy. I'm gonna kill that guy for sure. Yeah, so I'm gonna be sure that my little sister is gonna be fine, and yeah, so I'm going to prepare that. My sister is my customer, so yeah, you know, just saying.
But yeah, I think we have like 9 people that were raised, and like 3 or 4 that were like recently matched, but they still have to pay the match fee.
Yeah. So yeah, in that case, yeah, just divide and conquer. It's like my solution all the time. And, yeah.
Was that? No.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have class soon, so I have to leave. But
Okay, Naseeb. Yeah, we have like 5 more minutes to. Do you have to head out? Do you have any last questions? You got like Niels, VP Finance, Patrick, Smash, and me all in one spot. So if you have any other questions,
yeah, right. I'm trying to remember like what were the stuff that I was really trying to think about, but I feel like a lot of the stuff that you guys talked about, like, were things that I was thinking about, or at least like wanted to hear like a different perspective on. But yeah, like I'll definitely have like a meeting with Anna soon to like figure out everything, and then we'd probably like if anything pops up, we'll like ask you guys for help.
Yeah, definitely. We're here. And like the summer operations guidebook is going to be coming out on Friday, so you can look out for that to think about like, okay, if you don't know where to start with planning and what needs to happen and what operations, like what types of activities you should be looking at and tracking, that's a great place to look. We're releasing the tracker, I think, today, so that's like that'll be like our MC
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, okay. So, but I think you should still have your own LC. You should still have your own LC tracker for summer operations to track the individual members and stuff. So those are more resources coming your way. And yeah, we're always here if you have questions.
Sure. Yeah, we'll try to like decide and like, because we're trying to like move everything on Podius, like just creating a space for that, or like figuring out what kind of stuff apps we need to do for that. But I guess like I just have to actually sit down and figure out like how to work with like tracking stuff, because that was actually something I didn't really think about, like how can we track our members easily.
Yeah, that's gonna be really important. That's because like it's the same thing. Like if you don't want, I know summer operations is like can be seen as like a sign up thing, but you don't want people to sign up who are gonna like half-ass it and then kill the motivation of the people who are really dedicated. So you have to have an accountability of like a, hey, like if we're tracking you, so if you don't deliver within like, it's even faster than a semester, right? Like if you don't deliver within 2 weeks, like if you don't show up, you're not gonna be part of the team. So like we're just gonna keep moving, you know. And so like what happens if that happens, and taking the time to sit down and like you said, figure out what is your tracking gonna look like.
Yeah, and just making sure, like we said, like very clear expectations before the quarter ends, so that people are actually like completely aware, like okay, this is gonna.
And if they can't commit to it, then and if they can't commit to it, then they can't commit to it. It's just like this is our expectation for workload. Like this is what you are interested in. So awesome, Naseem. Yeah, so look out for those resources when they come out.
Okay, thanks.
Cool, awesome. Well, thank you so much, Naseem. I guess we're finished up here too. It was nice talking to you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
No problem. We're always here for you.
Bye.
All right, have a good day. Bye, good luck.
Thank you.
Bye, Naseem.
Hey guys.
Hey, y'all.
Hi.
What's up, bro?
Party.
How are things going in your side of the office?